It's exciting soccer to watch.
Nick Hollingsworth, Brian Seawright, and Cole Galloway back on the field for Evansville Memorial as the ball will be kicked out of the box about 50 yards or so by Trey Wilgus. Galloway going to have the opportunity, but wasn't able to really get much of a foot on it that time, and that one was easy for Wilgus, the 5'10 junior, who, you look at the difference between Wilgus in goal and then you look at Mannon down there. My goodness, what a huge disparity in terms of size. And we've got a couple of players down. Ball's going to go back to Chesterton.
In terms of size, for sure, Mike, Trey has done a great job of reading the play, reading the ball, coming out of that area and closing plays down, closing down the angles, and he's been very successful back there. What Evansville's got to be careful of is Cole Galloway. If that guy gets loose, which he almost did there for a minute, he's a very dangerous player. He can put the ball in the back of the net. But Wilgus has done a nice job of coming out of the angles and coming off his line and cleaning up the defense a little bit.
Cole Galloway with 13 goals, and one of the guys you said be on the lookout for.
Absolutely.
As Evansville Memorial will control as the ball is taken out of bounds by Chesterton's. I believe that was Wesley Phillips who had the touch last. At this sort of pace, I got to think these guys are getting winded early because there's been no pacing here at all. Yeah. We've seen a lot of substitutions.
It's been a tremendous intensity level, and the factor of playing a game earlier today, you're seeing a lot of substitutions. Both coaches are trying to keep their legs fresh. Kids might cramp up. It's tough to play 2 games in a day in this type of condition. So you're seeing a lot of substitutions to try to keep that level of pace, level of intensity, and they're taking that into consideration. So you coach a little bit differently. Your tactics are a little bit different as a coach when you've already played a game and you're spent a little bit. And you're seeing a lot of substitutions because of that.
Well, we've got a Chesterton substitution. Speaking of that, is Nathan Long will come on, and number 9, Alex Gordon will come off, and he'll grab a quick breath and a sip of water. For Evansville Memorial, number 2, Keith Goodwin will come on, and number 20, Mitch Day, will come off. And these guys, I got to admit, I'm not used to seeing soccer players look winded in the first half of a match. These guys, of course, have already played one match today, but these guys are coming off the field, and they're huffing and puffing pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that they both expected I think they both expected this game to be this intense. And again, that 2 games in a day is such a huge factor in the sport of soccer, and I'd love to see the IHSAA go back to a Friday, Saturday format and give these kids a day of rest. Because what you're seeing is exhausted kids fighting for this season and pouring it out there, and they're going to have a tough time.
Wesley Phillips controls, and he's going to give it up on the far left side. The cross by Chesterton, and then headed away by number 22, Matt Thane. And once again, Evansville Memorial will look to go on the attack, coaches. Here they come. They don't have numbers, but look like number 12, Alex Bitter, was going to try to do it by himself. So as we continue to watch Evansville Memorial forcing the action, and they have gotten some good opportunities, but have been high on the last 2 attempts. Ball being controlled right now by Chesterton's number 14, that is Dan Spears, as he'll come down the right sidelines. Now he'll give it up to number 4, Mark Gore. Gore will give it up once again. And it looks like nobody there. We'll go across the end line, and that's going to be a goal kick.
Just continues to be a tremendous pace. The team that just got to one of these 2 teams is going to really just have to settle down, get the ball on the ground, get this intensity and this motion.
Who is this pace? Which team is this pace favoring?
Neither right now. They're both excelling with it. I mean, nobody has the advantage. I mean, Chesterton is extremely dangerous up top, and Memorial's been creating some opportunities. So this is as good of a 50-50 game that I've seen all year right now.
Now, given that, if either of these teams in the next 8 minutes before half manage to get a goal, is it so deflating to that other team that they have a huge advantage coming back for the final 40 minutes?
It's not tremendously deflating. It'll be probably disappointing more than deflating because they both put out so much effort. Yeah, you want to get into the half now and just kind of recollect and go in 0-0. That's what both coaches are wanting. Obviously, one of the coaches wants to put a ball in the back of the net, but they'll be content with having a 0-0 at halftime. Settle them down, let them rest a little bit, talk to them a little bit, and get them back out there. So, if somebody scores, this late in the half, it could really be a changing point of the game.
Max Lakowicki is back on for Evansville Memorial. Ball being controlled right now by Chesterton. That is number 14, Dan Spears. As Spears will give it up to Mark Gore, who goes right back to Spears down deep in the corner. Ball's going to go out, and it looks like, yes, it will be a corner there for Chesterton, and here's another opportunity, Coach.
And these are so dangerous, like the long throw-ins, just serving the ball into the box, kind of almost like a Hail Mary type of a situation. But defensively,
this is Wesley Phillips who's going to take this corner, by the way.
Defensively, Memorial's got to be covering the goal and covering the men, and Chesterton's got a great opportunity to
here's
put the ball in
Phillips
net here.
with the corner. What kind of positioning there, as Memorial's got a lot of guys back, and they're able to get the ball out, but Chesterton still controls. Will go out of bounds, and Chesterton will have the ball on the throw-in. Well, Memorial really packed in. I was a little surprised to not see more white jerseys anywhere near that kick. I mean, I think we saw 5 blue jerseys and only 1 Chesterton player with an opportunity to get ahead on that corner.
They were hanging toward the corner of the 18, trying to time their runs into it, and didn't get into the box as early as they could have.
Boy, this match, I think, is going to set some sort of record for throw-ins. We're seeing some great ones. That was Troy Hauk that time from the right sideline, and that kick is going to go out and over the touchline. So the ball will belong to Evansville Memorial, number 22. And we're talking about Matt Thane will have the throw-in. So we are 6.5 minutes away from halftime here. You're watching live coverage of the 2007 Indiana Boys State Soccer Championship on IHSAA.org. I'm Mike King, proud to be here this evening with Coach Dan Capsalis, who last year coached his Carmel Greyhounds to the 2006 Indiana Boys Championship. Of course, Coach no longer, at least for the time being, coaching, and is, in fact, working with the NCAA. So we'll talk more about that a little later. Ball goes just wide.
That's an opportunity.
Oh, so Memorial right there. I didn't think he was going to be able to get a shot on goal there, but that shot was much closer than what we thought.
Wasn't that far off the mark, and again, these kids are just throwing something at the goal, trying to get something, because you get a lucky bounce, hit the post, get a rebound, go off a defender's leg, and you just want to throw the ball at the goal any opportunity you have, especially when you're inside the box or around the box. Shoot the ball. Something's going to happen.
That was B.J. Stapleton, by the way. B.J. had one of the 2 goals in the win over Goshen earlier today, and Stapleton almost had him another one as that one went just wide to the left. I think in looking, I think Alex Mannon was even a little surprised that shot came through as clean as it did.
I don't think he expected that at all, and that's when you want it. That's when you can score. It's when you catch defenders and catch goalkeepers off guard like that. But what is going to be a turning point for this game too, Mike, is the 50-50 ball that's won in midfield. The team that's going to be winning these 50-50 balls is going to try to maintain possession. So 50-50 balls are key, and both teams have been tremendous going after these 50-50s and winning both sides of it.
Okay, we've got a clock stoppage for injury as we've got number 20. Boy, he apparently...
That's Jordan Lewis.
Boy, Jordan Lewis took a shot, and it looks like the top of his head has been cut because a lot of blood on the left side as it looks like it's coming off the top of his head, though. I don't think it's his ear, and we'll wait to see. But he is, and we were just talking about the staple gun, that the U.S. Women's World Cup team used, the Chesterton team. That sort of cut looks like it's probably going to require, some stitches, but I'm sure he'll do everything he can to try to get back into the match.
Well, they need Jordan Lewis on this field. That'll be a tremendous blow to Chesterton if they lose Jordan. He's their center midfield thrust that comes through. So that's sad to see him get hit like that. I didn't see the play.
I didn't either.
He must have gotten an elbow or something.
Well, I saw the 2 players come together down here, but that was number 13 for Chesterton, if I'm not mistaken, Adam Stuber, and number 12, Alex Bitter, who made contact as, once again, the ball is scooped up by Mannon, but I didn't see it. It had to be away from the ball.
Could have been incidental, or just one of those things when you get hit in the head like that. So hopefully they can repair him and get him back on this field if he's You talk about injuries to the head. You don't want to mess with those.
Right.
So
they're doing a lot of work. There's a couple of trainers working on him right now, and, I don't know. But one thing is for certain, Memorial knows that in the final 4 minutes of this first half, they have an opportunity to take advantage of this. Even though you hate to take advantage of an injury, you've got to.